Hello, 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 and welcome. It is so wonderful to be here with you, my friends. It is springtime. It is April. We have the 4th today, so this is our first week of April. I'm super excited about being here with you again. I took a break the last week of March and I really missed it. I kept having to remind myself that I didn't have a free seminar going on. We didn't have a gathering. This is something I've been doing for the last 3 years, you guys, since I've been going back and forth between the US and Germany as much as I have been. And this is one of the ways that I get to stay in touch with you guys. I love these gatherings. I love who is showing up and saying hi. Thank you so, so very much for joining. And then also everybody who watches the recording afterwards and also watches it on YouTube. So, everybody, you hopefully get some great value for the time that you're spending here with me this evening and that you are taking the things that I'm teaching to heart, that you're trying them out, give them a fair chance in your life, and then see what happens with it, okay? That's always my intent with what I'm sharing, is that people get some kind of value out of it, that they get something that speaks to your heart, and that is something that you're willing to try out, and then perhaps even see some benefits from. So, we are going to play with support today. I think that is a very fitting subject for the times that we live in and for what's going on in our lives. Of course, it's also a big part of the book that I'm currently finishing up. It is the resilience book that I'm currently writing. I have been working on it for quite some time. It is coming to completion, and within the next few weeks, it will actually be available online for purchase. And then I'm also going to go up to Salt Lake City and other places to have some launch parties. And those of you who are in the Utah area for the mid to end of April time, that might be a wonderful time for us to connect. And I would definitely love for you to reach out to me and see how we can get in contact with each other, okay? I also have some events coming up, some live events, some online events. We're definitely going to continue the mastermind group. It's going fantastic. We have a very, very powerful group, and a reunion, a live reunion has already been requested. So those are the kind of things that you can look forward to in our community. Yes, the book is coming out. Yes, I'm offering coaching. I'm also getting ready for my next international trip in June. So the calendar is filling up, things are going really crazy, and I'm just loving this ride. And I love being here with you guys and sharing what I'm so passionate about. And tonight it's all about support, you guys. Support, support, support. It's about you learning to overcome that internal resistance, this knee jerk reaction, this default behavior of how we've been raised. Oh, no, 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 I can do it by myself. Oh, no, don't bother. Oh, I don't want to go on your nerves. Oh, I don't want to bother you. And all of those kind of reactions that we have cultivated and programmed in ourselves. And that's how it's appropriate to respond most of the time until we perhaps get so desperate that we say, okay, okay, I cannot do it alone. I do have to reach out. I do have to ask for help. Now, if you are a recovering help non asker, perhaps this is the big opening a new door, a new perspective, giving you some new tools that you can use from now on to enhance your life, to become more open, to accepting help from others, to actually feel the worthiness and the deservingness to ask for help from others. That's an issue for a lot of us. Definitely can raise my hand on that one. That's like, oh gosh, I'm like, ugh, this imposing thing, that was my big thing. Like, oh gosh, I just feel so guilty for wanting to ask for someone's time or energy or whatever it is that I was needing at that time. So for those of you who have a tough time asking for help from others, you can just think about it, what some of those points, those pain points are for you, where it's really tough for you to reach out. It could be that you feel that you're imposing on other people's time, or that you are feeling that you're not worth having their aid or support. Perhaps it's that you are really feeling guilty about it. So, whatever it is that is in your heart, I would like for you to explore that today, okay? So that you can truly step through that old pattern that you probably just learned from someone else. That's usually how it happens. We learn from the people around us. We're adopting their behaviors, their thought patterns, their belief systems. And then we look back 30 years later going, oh my goodness, I've spent a lot of time cultivating that, haven't I? And we realize it was just an opinion. It was just one of many ways to do it. As my lovely granddaughter, Rylin, shared with me a couple of months ago, and I might have already said that in one of our gatherings, when I was doing something and she went into, oh, this is how you do it. And I said, you know what, Rai, I understand that's how you would do it, and I do it a different way. That's how I just do it. And she goes, oh, I saw that actually in a show that there are many ways of doing things and that we're going to be accepting of each other's ways. So when that is what a 6-year-old is sharing with me, oh my goodness. And that's one of my favorite things anyway, to listen to the wisdom of the younger people and what they have to share with us. So take whatever works for you, be open to the information, be open to some insights. I'm seeing some people saying hi already. Hey, Sean, thank you for tuning in. And Carla is there. That's awesome. Greetings to the north. And I know we're going to spread all the way to both coasts. We have many friends in many states, and we also have friends from overseas who are going to tune in later on. So thank you, everybody, for being here live with us. Definitely make sure that you say hi. Set your intent to get the most out of our time together, the time that you're investing right now. So thank you for supporting my work, because without you, what would be the point, right? Why would I be doing it? So thank you, guys. And thank you for supporting yourself, for being here. And as I was thinking about this whole subject area and what I wanted to share with you today, what is the greatest value I can offer to you? I had to remember a person I met a few months ago when I was in Germany. I was shopping. They were shopping. I've known them for a long time. And I saw them. We talked for a moment. And then they commenced to load their car with the items that they had shopped. And it was a lot of stuff. And there were some heavy items. And I saw some bottles. And so I offered my help to him. And he said, no, 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 don't worry about it. And he is wearing crutches, having crutches on both sides, because he is a gentleman in a higher age group and needs them for support. And he's just messing around with the crutches while trying to get heavy items out of his shopping cart into his trunk. And I insisted. I said, I know you said no, but hey, come on. I know you can use my help. And I'm just, I'm young, ha ha ha. And then I get to my good deed for the day. And I made a bunch of jokes about it. And he finally said, okay, okay. So I loaded the car. And while I'm doing it and he's watching, he goes, you know why we have a tough time asking for help? I said, why is that? And he goes, because we still want to pretend that we're strong and we can do it ourselves. Then we had a good chuckle about it. And I think he kind of summed it up. Because we do want to appear strong and able, capable. Oh, I don't need any help. I can handle it myself. Thank you so much. I don't want to impose. So we want to seem humble. We want to seem like we got it all together, right? What other ideas do you have when you think about why are we so resistant to picking up the phone and saying, hey, my friend, can I please have your ear for a few minutes? I just need to unload for a moment. Or, hey, I need an attitude adjustment. Or, can I please just cry on your shoulder for a moment? I just need someone to listen to me. And you're running it in your mind. You're like, oh man, I could reach out to so and so. And deep down, you know they wouldn't reject you. Deep down, you know they would be empathic and have compassion and go, of course, come here, darling. I have time for you. You know that. And still, you're not making that phone call, right? You're going to tough it out yourself. You're going to do it yourself. I'm going to figure this out by myself. Oh, yeah. We're good at that, right? Or when you are in a bind, for example, that you have something heavy to lift, or your car just gave out on you, you're stuck in some precarious situation out there in public. It's like, oh, gee, gosh, it would just be so much easier if someone helped you right now, wouldn't it? And no, we're struggling along. We're trying to figure it out ourselves. I see that with my grandkids. Oh, I'm gonna have to figure this out myself, especially the 1 to 3 year olds. Oh my goodness, isn't that fun to watch them? They are toughing it out, those little buggers. Oh my goodness, they are so intent on having to do it themselves. So it becomes that little game. How can I help them without them really knowing that I'm doing it? We all have our pride, of course. We all want to seem strong and able. And what does it do for our concept of ourselves to add the humility, the compassion to ourselves, openness, acceptance, and receptivity? I think that a lot of not being able to accept help actually has to do with our inability to receive. Again, culturally, we're usually conditioned to go, 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 give, do, do. Very male oriented. And I'm not talking about men, I'm talking about the masculine principle, which is absolutely natural and is part of all life. It is a natural law that there is a masculine and a feminine principle in everything, no matter how it expresses itself. The one separated into the two, and then the two separated into the many things. So it is a basis of life, and that masculine principle in all of us is the driving force, it is the proactive force, it's the force that's out there, that's giving, that's doing the footwork, that get things done. And then we have the passive force that is more associated with the feminine energy, the meditative, the feeling, emotional side of things, contemplative, going within, passive, letting things happen, allowing and receiving. So there's that word again. And that's what we're not being taught so much. Usually in Western society, we live in a very outwardly driven, doing, competitive way of thinking. We're being rewarded for our academic achievements, not so much about the emotional intelligence that we're developing. So it's about creating that balance within ourselves so that we then can express that as whoever we are. You want to be able to learn to receive, and not just superficially. Do it deeply. Let's do it together right now by simply receiving the energy from the universe through the breath that you're taking. Let's start very basic, right? So let's take some nice deep breath. Just be present. And I also welcome Darcy. So now welcoming more friends in the Northwest. Hello, hello, my dear. Just receive the breath of the universe, the energy of the universe. With every breath you're taking, and you can use your hands to enhance that experience. Just give yourself the experience to receive. And you're doing that with every inhale. Isn't that cool? Every inhale. And you're doing it all day long. I know you are because you're here. And you can say in that very moment, oh, thank you so much. I thank myself. I thank the universe. I thank you for the activity of breathing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And be present with that. And I would like for you to open up your thoughts to those times in your life when you were able to receive. And let's not so much talk about support. That's a very specific subject. I'm just talking about receiving. Perhaps there were some beautiful gifts that were given to you, actual physical gifts that you received, that you were receptive to, and you've enjoyed them for many years since. They might still be with you. I have things like that. I can look at them right now. Things that I have received, physical items, trinkets, statues, candles, art supplies. Other fun stuff. I'm looking at my sand pictures over there. And I'm so grateful for it. And it was very easy to receive that. Oh, wow, gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. So step into that when you were able to truly, truly receive a gift that was given to you from a person who cared about you, who was being thoughtful. So step into that moment of receptivity and the worthiness that comes with it. You deserved that gift. You were worthy of it. Yeah. You didn't have that crazy internal dialogue, that monkey mind going on like, oh, no, no, I don't deserve it. Oh, why should I have it? And no, no, I can't take it. It's too much. Da, 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 da. You were congruent. You were aligned. You were grateful. And you honored the other person by receiving their gift that they so thoughtfully constructed for you. Isn't that great? What a beautiful circle of giving and receiving. So imagine that now with support. That was actually a big thing years back when I learned, someone said it to me in some context about, you're not really honoring the other person when you are denying the support they just offered to you. Just like a compliment. When someone makes a compliment and you're like, oh no, like, what a beautiful blouse, or what a gorgeous dress you're wearing. Oh, I like the pants you're wearing. I like the piece of jewelry you're wearing, whatever it is. Oh, that old thing. It was so cheap, or whatever. Whatever you say to diminish it. Are you really doing a favor to the person who just gave you a compliment? Think about it. When you think about the cycle of that interaction, hi, I'm making a compliment to you, and you just diminished what I said. Okay, that feels weird, awkward. When you really think about it, and we all do it to some extent or another. We're so used to it, we're so conditioned to act like that. Isn't that funny? So let's go of that old stuff. That's that old perception. I love it how that when I learn about the millennials and Gen Z and this whole like, well, they just have different perceptions. They don't think like we do anymore. And it's like, yeah, it's so much fun to see that evolution of how thoughts that were so entrenched, perhaps in how we grew up, and now dealing with our own kids challenging those assumptions, and then their kids definitely don't even have a concept of that. Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So give that to yourself right now as well, those old assumptions that you held about not accepting, not receiving, having to show that strong face of independence. Don't need nobody, don't need nothing from nobody. Out the window, you guys. Not useful anymore. There's so much technology that we don't use anymore because we're like, yeah, there's so much better technology. It's cheaper, it's more effective, better for the environment. Let's just use that, okay? Why don't we do that with our belief systems that are so antiquated, that we developed when we were before 6 years old? That definitely don't serve us anymore. And that's what I would love so much for you guys to really open yourself up to challenge some of those belief systems, some of those old attitudes and ideas that you're still carrying around, holding on to. But that's just the way it's always been. And then perhaps let some of those go and open yourself up to some new ideas. And today, especially in the arena of support, allowing yourself to discard some of those old ideas when someone comes to you. Can I help you? Discarding some of those old ideas when you know that things could be so much better if someone else would just help you. It can be a little favor, it can be a big project. And then being able to reach out and connect. Imagine being able to support from above, from the divine, that you develop a different relationship with God, the universe, the goddess, the quantum field, the vortex. and fully being supported by that. Wouldn't that be wonderful? So all of those are the things that I'm inviting you to really embrace today and be open to. Receive the idea, that spark. And then perhaps over the next 30 days, and we're going to visit this theme again because it is a very important theme and it can make such a huge difference for you. So we will go here again next week. And in the meantime, I'm going to come up with some fun ways that we can explore it. And of course, please also send me your questions. Let me know in your comments what you like for me to talk more about or specific questions that you have. Absolutely. I look forward to hearing from you. Messages as well, definitely. So just be with that right now, how that can live within you for the next 30 days, let's say, for the rest of this month, and how you would like to express that ability to raise your energy, to raise your vibration, your frequency, to open yourself up, to let the world in more to help you. So let's marinate in it, let's soak in it for a while, stretch yourself out in it, that possibility of who you are becoming when you are receptive. You're graceful, you're gracious in how you reach out to others and ask for help, and in how you respond when help is being offered to you. So just feel that back and forth between you and other people, that flow of energy, that beauty, that natural exchange, right? Mutually beneficial. Everybody walks away happy because the person who offered you their help did that with a good heart. They did it with good intent. So please assume that the help that's being offered to you comes from a wholesome, holistic intent of helpfulness and kindness. You can project that into the universe as one of your criteria, that the help that's being offered to you always comes from the right source, with the right intent, the right actions. You have the right to ask for that. You want to make sure it's appropriate, that boundaries don't get misused or overstepped. That can happen too sometimes, that you're asking for a very specific support and all of a sudden the other person's taken over the project. So you also need to make sure that you have very clean boundaries, and this is exactly what I'm asking of you. For example, and that's actually, Sean, I know that's one of our internal jokes about when one of us is venting or we're telling a story, that the other person will say, hey, is this just a me listening to you kind of scenario, or do you actually want my input? Do you want feedback right now, or am I just listening? And we had to cultivate that over time. And it made conversations between us very, very easy and effective to just be able to ask that little question. Is this one of those times? So find those strategies, develop those techniques, little thought experiments, rehearse it in your mind. So if I'm going to go about it in this way, what is going to be the probable outcome? I know people who ask for help by giving you orders. Have you ever experienced that? Those are really funny. And when I'm in that kind of a situation, I like to challenge that a little bit when I'm being ordered to help. And I'm going like, oh, is that something you would like for me to do and I can be helpful to you? You know, you can just make a little joke out of it, or you can reaffirm it, you can feed it back to them. So that's something I find a little funny. I try to do my best, doing my best to be extremely nice, accommodating. I like to explain why I need the help so that people understand that I'm not just running around, hey, do this for me, do that for me. I have a reason for why I'm asking. So think about the kind of things that are important to you, how you want to come across, the way that you want to be perceived by the other person, or the system that you're asking for help for. I've had a lot of bureaucracy to handle while I was in Germany last time. And that's not my favorite subject. So after doing some meditation and really getting myself in that space of doing it, because here I have my lovely boyfriend Sean to help me with those items. Usually it's like, Max, got something with my computer, help me. Or, hey, Sean, I got this form, can we please do that? We just registered our car. Sean's like, tippity tip. I'm sitting there going, oh, this is so cool. Thank you so much. And having learned to go, would you please help me with that? It's so freeing and it's so wonderful. And I've learned to ask it in a way that it's very easy for the other person to want to say, of course, I'm going to help you. So you can practice that and you can put some strategies and techniques in place that make it easy for you to have the courage to do it. And that you don't start stuttering around or you're using weird words that make it sound weird, or you're overpromising, you're turning it into an awkward scenario. You can practice. And you can come up with different ways of saying it, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, you're going to get better at it. And within 3, 4, 5 times of having asked for help, coming from an authentic and genuine place, and it turned out great, you're going to start to develop a habit. And that habit is around the subject of course I'm supported. I'm the kind of person who feels supported. I'm very lucky that way. I have a wonderful support system in my life. I have so many people in my life that I can count and depend on. I have organizations that I can count and depend on. That is the story actually that I started a moment ago with the bureaucracy that I faced in Germany. And it was so wonderful. All the people that I encountered in those different places and how incredibly helpful they were. And even if they couldn't give me actual information that I needed, they still went out of their way to point me in the right direction, look up certain information, and simply be very, very helpful. And that's something that I put very deeply into my heart. As one of those examples of going, Christiana, you've come a long way from the old you who wouldn't accept support, who had to do it alone, who was afraid that she was imposing on people, who was afraid that she would be getting rejected, and so why ask in the first place? Having those experiences a few months ago really was a sign from the universe of the work I've done in those past few years, in changing myself to become more open, to ask for help, and to accept help when it's being offered. Because I realized that it was part of my journey, that I need to learn that. And I'm sure that a lot of you can relate with that right now, that you are at this point right now, or you were at that point perhaps recently or a few years ago, that you finally had to say, okay, I just have to change that. I have to learn how to accept support. For some of you, it's because of some physical ailments. There's something going on in your life right now that you physically simply can't do yourself anymore. Or there is a financial burden, or there is something that you can't do anymore task-wise that you need help with. There might be things that you're just not good at. That it's okay to ask for help with, from family members, from friends, perhaps a neighbor. Perhaps there are situations that you're facing because of taking a vacation, or you have to go on a business trip or something, and someone needs to look after your house, or you have a pet, children, obligations. Imagine being fully supported in those moments. Having people to reach out to, no fear, no trepidations. It's just natural and normal. So you want to set up your surroundings, you want to set up your environment in a way that it naturally supports you. So I'm going to move away from people for a moment and I'm really going to go into your physical surroundings. If you have a specific exercise plan and there are certain behaviors that you would love to hold yourself accountable for to stay fit, to honor your body, then make sure that you're arranging your environment, your space at home, your office, your car in a way that it supports that. Have your running shoes with you. Have your hiking shoes in the back of your car. An extra sports jacket so you can get out, take a walk. Set up your refrigerator and your kitchen, your storage room, your pantry to support the dietary habits you know are good for you. And keep those items that you know are not good for you at a minimum so that you can enjoy it moderately, as we say, right? And that's one of my survival mechanisms. Absolutely. Do I not surround myself with huge amounts of the foods I absolutely love that are not good for me? Because I will munch on them until they're gone. And therefore, once in a while, buying myself a little package or a little portion and then really enjoying it, that's, for me personally, the way to go. And that's how I use my environment to support me in the behaviors that I want. And I would like to challenge you to do the same thing for yourself. As you look around, and it's very easy to see how you sabotage yourself. For example, one of the things I'm doing is limiting my screen time. And there are certain things that I have put in place to make it so I remind myself to turn the computer off, to put the phone away. I have certain little rituals that I've put in place. For example, when I work, I give myself 20 to 30-minute time increments of very focused work and then a quick little step away where I will either interact with other people or I make sure I get something to drink. I do some creature comfort, eating, whatever I need to do, some stretching. I do some art, some craft, and then alarm rings again and I go back to work. And that's how I can hold myself accountable to get the things done that I promised myself I would do today. So those are just some easy examples I'm picking out of my own life right now. You want to create your environment to support the patterns you want to call your own. When you think about who you are, the story that you're telling other people about your life, what you stand for, your values, what's important to you, what you're contributing to society. Craft that story and really think about it, what that means on the level of interacting with other people and being there for them and having them be there for you. How that fits into your story, like I started talking about earlier. Oh yeah, I'm the kind of person who has no issues asking for support. And you can also call me anytime. I'm going to be there for you. That kind of attitude. Imagine that between friends, between family members. That there is this dependability, this accountability, this ability to count on that you have those people in your life. And that might be worthwhile for you to make a list. So everything that you can put into this, and you can make it a project, by the way. I'm still on the RAS project. This is week number 3. I am so digging it. I completely filled up my journal. So excited. My journal is now full. It is done. I started my next journal. Right here it is. And so now I'm going to continue writing my positive affirmations about the RAS. And those of you whose interests I just piqued, go back a couple of weeks when we talked about belief systems. And I actually put a challenge out there to do a crash course, to do a boot camp for 4 to 6 weeks with yourself. I actually chose 6 weeks. I did a 45-day agreement with myself to really honor my RAS, grow my RAS, keep working with it, keep working with it. And those of you like, what is RAS? Definitely go back and check it out. And I might even make a mental note right now to put the link in the comments later so that you can find it easily, okay? So you can make it a project. You can say for the next 30 days, I'm really going to become really good at learning to accept support. You can challenge yourself every day in one of those moments when you want to do something yourself and someone offers you help and you would habitually say no, that you actually say, ah, you know what? That's one of those wonderful opportunities and I'm just going to accept your help right now. Thank you so very much for offering that to me. That's so sweet of you. Wouldn't that be wonderful? That you get a daily opportunity to practice accepting help. I also would like to encourage you to look at your surroundings and how you can set yourself up for success. There might be little agreements that you're making with yourself. Instead of taking the car, I'm going to take that little walk. It's going to take me 10 minutes to get there. And then I walk back. Oh, I'm just going to not have my computer on anymore after 8 p.m. Oh, I'm just not going to look at the news in the evenings anymore. I'm just going to put on some meditation music and grab a book instead. Oh, I'm going to play another game of memory with my sweet little grandkids before I go back to my book. Those kind of things, okay? So set up your environment, make those promises to yourself, and tap into the resources that you have available today. And we never ever had more resources available to us to hold us accountable. You guys, you can get any kind of app to help you stay on your path. So use them. Accept that support as well, my friend. That's support too. Of course, you also deserve support from the divine and support from deep within yourself. And those are two themes we're going to visit in the next couple of weeks because they are absolutely instrumental in your ability to accept support from others. So whatever practices that you're going to come up with over this next week, I wish you lots of fun. I wish you wonderful explorations. And I'm really holding the intent for you by you opening yourself up in your vortex to this whole idea of support, that the universe is immediately going to give you wonderful, wonderful exploration opportunities and direct signs and synchronicities where you're like, seriously, it's already happening. Right on. Thank you, universe. So that's my wish for you, that you're immediately going to get results. And of course, I'm also hoping that you are committing yourself to this journey and that you are going to practice, okay? So I'm going to check in with you again in a week. I'm going to cook up some more fun topics for you and some fun exercises and explorations that we're going to weave into our theme for next week, okay? So the month of April is all about support. So please enjoy that. And if there's anybody in your life who can benefit from this information, please share this video with them. I'd love for you to share it on your wall as well. And invite people to also come to our future meetings so that we can be together live. And if you can't make it, always the recordings are there for you and the videos are also uploaded on YouTube. So thanks for being here. I really appreciate your support and I'm here to support you as well. I hope to see you in a couple of weeks up in northern Utah. And for those of you who are in other states, sometime soon, okay? Be well, my friend, and have a lovely rest of the day. Bye-bye.